There we go. Synergy versus Rush, and we're watching from the side of Synergy. And it looks like that T1 just isn't coming back.
Nope.
There he goes. Okay, so they're getting ready to start on the 9th minute. So in 20 seconds, they will start. Now, these two teams are incredibly strong. And we're sorry for that little break that we had just a minute ago. That was to try and actually clean up a mistake on Twitch where the preview image says that we're offline. Yeah, we're not offline. We're actually going strong. And right now, we're going into the first round of Rush versus Synergy.
Yeah, sadly my game has crashed and I've been thrown back into the garage. So I won't be able to see the first game.
Oh no. Well, the
Yeah.
lineups, believe it or not, are the same as we just saw. Rush going for the two IS-3s and the AMX 5100s. And wait a minute. I think people are actually restarting because no one is moving, even though it's gone past the 9th minute. I'm going to quit as well.
Okay, so it wasn't a serious crash. It was just I went. What? Everything was just standing still. I was like, "This can't
There we go.
be right."
Okay. It did. They did actually opt for a restart, so that's cool.
Okay.
So that was unfortunate. You guys, we did a panic start thinking that we were late, and it restarted anyway. So yeah, it looks like they're going for the same lineups as before. Rush is actually going for the two IS-3 strategy, and Synergy are not. They're going for a much the actual reverse strategy. In fact, it's the same two lineups, just from Synergy is playing the same as I've forgotten their name. I've got a blank now. Nod, yeah, playing the same as Nod, and Ace's SJ strategy is being played out by Rush. So we're going to see if Rush can actually play it better than Ace's, because, well, they lost. Let's see if Synergy, though, can play as good as Nod and win the game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if, yeah, well, as you just said, with the exact same lineups just being put on different teams. Let's just see if we're gonna see huge difference in how this is played. It should be very interesting to see. And to begin with, Synergy, all three AMXs going straight to the east on the south line. So maybe not. Maybe we expected a little bit too much.
I think we're seeing the same strategy. We're seeing one T1 go onto the west flank, one onto the east flank. The MX is going to the hill, the IS-3 taking the corner. The only difference here is the T69 is going off to the flank, but I did believe we saw that once from Nod as well. So it's a very similar lineup, a very similar strategy being run here.
Yeah. And that T69 being down there, I'm guessing it's just defensive safety precaution, as the T1 used to be very alone. And oops, something is breaking over on the west. I just heard something break. Could it have? No, nothing really. Just nothing broke anything. A tree fell, but
a tree fell.
No one drove into it. What is going on?
So if a tree falls in the forest, who hears it? High flyer, clearly. But Lebauer has been spotted with Dulux over there on the west flank, so that means they're running a similar strategy themselves, the T69s and the T1s being on the western flank.
Yeah, that's actually expected from with such great and high level of players, and we're seeing the T1 there. I think actually the Dark God Sim actually spotted the T1 earlier, where with it breaking some walls up front, and he just decided to fire, and he hit the tree, and I don't know, maybe he flipped it over. Even though I haven't really seen that done in a T1 before.
But he's getting out of there, or he's trying to, but he doesn't. So unfortunately there, Eclipse, well not unfortunately, Eclipse managed to see Jared, Illusion and No Skill. So are we going to see a big push through the middle like we saw from No Star? Sorry, No Star? Where did I get that name from? From SJ in the previous battle, where they saw that all of the tanks were up on the hill. They decided to move in instead.
Yeah, don't know if that have they been spotted up there, the MX-50s, because they're going back actually. So maybe seeing the T1 gave them a hunch of them not being there at all, because they don't usually go with T1s where they put their main force. But Synergy decided to do this, maybe to screw up the minds of Rush. But let's see how they respond.
Yeah, they've all come back to regroup because they think that Rush are coming down the west flank. And, well, we've seen that before, obviously, but they have nothing on the flanks. They're not protecting the middle, so to say, the banana flank. They're not protecting the banana flank at all. So if Rush do not come from this singular direction that Synergy are prepared for, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. But they realise this, and the pings are going out, and they're repositioning Illusion over to this side, with Jared backing him up. So we've got two AMX 5100s come to the side, trying to get to the corner to make sure they cannot be flanked. But Orange here would be in massive trouble if something did come around his rear, because, well, the IS-3, although a little bit bouncy on the rear, wouldn't be so great.
Yeah. Well, they certainly know they're up against formidable enemies, because they're really giving them a lot of respect by sitting back this much. We didn't see any sitting back this far from Nod when they were playing. They went to the spots where they wanted to go, and actually decided to where the enemy could go through. But here we're seeing Synergy setting up with two AMXs on the east side, and one sitting in the middle south side, waiting for the hill to show anything. And the IS-3 in the middle with the rear turned, but the AMX's Illusion yes, and other AMX, which is Jared, are looking down the path. So if anyone shows there, they will be spotted. So no surprises to the IS-3's rear.
What do you think Rush are going to do about this? Synergy are obviously holding the fort down. They realise they've lost both their T1s, they've lost a little bit of HP, so they're sitting back to defend. Will Rush bring the game to them? Or are they going to do what Unity does and wait for the last minute to make sure they can get a draw if necessary?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the T1 up on the hill actually spotted the AMX-50s, because if they did, then we have a reason for Synergy to be doing this. But we haven't really seen any big tanks spotted on the on Synergy's side, so I'm not really sure why they're doing this super defensive strategy right now.
Yeah, Synergy, I think, got a bit spooked. Maybe they're daunted by the fact they're versing the arguably #1 team in the world, Rush. But they are incredibly defensive. Look, we've got No Nick looking off to the hills entrance. Rox Grag is looking over through the west corridors. We then have Jared and Illusion together looking down the Banana Road. And Orange is a bit lost, flipping between the base and the Banana Road himself. But I think the only guy who I would say is out of position, because his rear is exposed to the banana without Illusion and Jared being able to really protect him first. So that's something that he needs to be aware of. And there's not much else to comment on until we see something going on. We've got 2 minutes of waiting. Maximum one more if Rush want to actually get a win from this, because it looks like Synergy have hunkered down for the entire game. It looks like they're willing to take a draw from this, but Deluxe comes out, and Drag and Orange are going for the shot against him. But we've seen that power slide has come down the side of Orange, but Orange reverses out of the way to make sure he doesn't take damage. LeBauer is there, gets a shot in the face from Jared and Illusion, and they're trying to get some more damage, but here comes Killeroid as well. They've come from every direction. Executor and Co are going against Orange to try and take him out, but great positioning from Orange means he's not receiving that much damage, although he might still go down. Inspira comes around the corner and does do the damage. 272 HP before no skill and Drag come and push him off. Behind them though, Killeroid is out of position and gets taken out. LeBauer is down to 14 HP and he's going to go down any second, but he manages to get away, but Orange doesn't, and he does go down. Jared and No Nick are coming in to try and help here, but Executor and Inspirer are holding the fort down. Inspirer is hiding behind Executor, but Lebauer was eventually killed by Jared and Illusion as they try and get round the back. Power Slide's shown his side and trying to snipe off him, but he can snipe off Illusion. Jared must be actually low on shells now. He's going to be reversing out there. And we have Rock's Drag going in to see if he can do the damage to the 59 HP Inspirer, but he's in the IS-3, but he does go down. I was going to say he might be able to bounce the shot, but Drag has enough shells to finish him off. His driver is dead though, and he is using the medipack to get back into the game because he was travelling incredibly slowly. Red are going for a cap, but I think that was just passing through as he tries to escape round the back. Drag is now hunting for his opponent, but he shouldn't go too far because he's actually on his own right now. If he does run into them and if they are reloaded, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So we're going to see if this comes out now. And it does seem like Red were waiting to make sure that they could get a draw if they lost, because right now there's only a minute 20 on the clock, and will they be able to hit Deluxe and both Hexecutor and Power Slide? Hexecutor's down to 165 HP, another shot from anything and he goes down right here. We've also got Jared moving in the back with no nick, no skill. They are very low HP. Synergy's shared the damage incredibly well, but everyone is reloaded and Power Slide could easily kill them off here. Drag does go down just before I switch to him. Great shooting from Power Slide, and No Nick No Seal also goes down to Power Slide. Power Slide's amazing awareness, be able to take out both Drag and No Skill. Now Jared is actually really worried about this now, doesn't want to go into combat, although he might be able to win the fight. If he goes down, that is the victory to Red, and he would rather force the draw. But does he get the shot on Hexecutor? Yes he does, but also Hexecutor gets a shot off at him. 443 HP, which means 2 more shots and he is down, and Power Slide is coming in. We do know that Power Slide's fired at least 3 shells though, and so if Jared can dodge 2 of the shells, he will survive it and will be able to kill Power Slide. He's only fired 1 shot, but Ulux is coming in as well to try and see if he can do some damage. Jared could still win. There's 16 seconds left. Will he go down? But Power Slide gets the damage on him, and if he absorbs a shell onto his turret, Power Slide has 1 shell left to do it, but succeeds. With 5 seconds on the clock, Red take the game. That was close.
That was really close. Oh my god, should Jared have run away? I think if he had done that, Rush would actually have been able to just run after him, because they were just crossing the street. We saw Power Slide just crossing the street and having to turn around to go back and help. So I actually think running away wouldn't have been an option right there.
Indeed. I don't know. I don't think he could escape either. He could have probably tried. There was only 5 seconds left, so even just 5 seconds of delay would have been a draw. However, he was able to have a chance of winning. One of the shells was absorbed. If the second shell, the last shell, that was his last shell, it was Power Slide's last shell. If that was absorbed as well, if that bounced, ricocheted, or was absorbed by the tracks or something, or the mantlet again, then he could have pulled off a win. For his team, or victory, or close to victory if he went aggressive. So I don't know if that was so close. Synergy did a great job of sparing the damage. It looked like Rush were about to lose, but again, this is where Rush seemed to do really well. In their last game, in round 1, they went like this as well. They looked like they were going to lose, and all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, we're winning!" What? Against, that was Gra, and they were. It did seem like they were going to lose, but they didn't. They won. And that happened a lot with Red at Rush.
Yeah.
So, that was game 1 of Rush versus Synergy, and they've got 4 more games to play tonight. If we look at the score so far, we notice that Rush actually dropped 1 game, and that went against, who was it? Gra, yeah. So that was Gra team who actually picked up only 1 game against Rush, but it was really close. Almost every game went down to the wire with Rush versus Gra. So that was really good to watch. Synergy showing that they are a force to reckon with here, because they were so close to winning at several points that they... I don't know exactly what went wrong for them though. Can you explain it?
Well, it all came down to just... being very there was one point at the when they were coming around and the fight finally started. The 2 MXs 100 were sitting on the banana path, protecting that road. Took out the IS-3 pretty quickly, but then decided to go and try and flank the MXs in the small part where you can go through the buildings. And one of them went reversed and actually killed the least amount of HP AMX-50 behind the other AMX-50. So
Yeah.
they lost twice the firepower, and that I would say that was the turning point of the entire match right there.
Fair enough. Right.